Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. Got enough for the first down. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. They start the season as the #1 team in the country. You want to talk about having a bullseye on your back from day one.
Yeah, bullseye, but that also means you're really, really talented, and you're thought highly of. So this roster, it doesn't take a backseat to anybody in the country. Starting the year #1 is a great thing. That means you got talent. But how do you take this season, and how do you take step one today?
And that's the job of the coaches, I think, is to deliver the message to your team. You've got to prove it. You haven't played anybody yet. You haven't necessarily earned that #1 in front of your name. So here's your opportunity. A lot of fans watching. A lot of people excited to see just how good you really are.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him, and then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They make the stop, and he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Turning it on! Up to 45 yards rushing. What a way to get this season started.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You've just run to set yourself up now.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Motion from the wide receiver. To the ground with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent.
And the ball's free in the backfield. And they lose the ball out of bounds. Big loss of yardage on that one, but at least they've got another shot. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Volunteers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got it. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. Here comes the Texas offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Makes the catch. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives him the ball in prime field position at the 40.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
So here is the Tennessee offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Back to throw, it's Robbins. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that 3rd down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Buying some time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. 1st down and more. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Tennessee.
I'm not sure what kind of vexing and magic they're trying to conjure up here, but sending out the field goal unit. Not a chance. Missed it. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
There's a lot of strategies to win football games, and there are very intelligent coaches in the game today. I've never seen a field goal attempt on 1st down. That was a play I am never going to forget, although I wish I could.
Hands it off on the counter. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up, and they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play.
0.
So second down here as we're back at it after the break. He's got it on the right. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab outside. It's key.
As a defender, you use the sideline as the 12th man. That's another guy. You know the play stops there. He can't make a catch. Great job by the wide receiver, fighting for his space, catching the ball, and staying in bounds.
Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Here's the handoff. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your run.
Motion from the wide out. Second down, he'll throw it. Got his man quickly. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Robbins. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Time to take a shot. He's got it inside the 15. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense won this round.
Might be calling a hot route. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. 1st down marker just short of the goal line. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Those are teaching moments. Close games down the stretch. I know you're in the first half here, but when you get outside the pocket and you're in scoring range already, those are tough pills to swallow. You can't give up points. You can't give up 4th down opportunities. Bad play, big mistake, but still a lot of time left in the game where you can make it up.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds us back in the middle. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap, and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and kneeling on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Beverly. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. They'll immediately call timeout. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a 1st down. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow in 2nd and 7. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Catch in the middle, it's Durant. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. And the Longhorns didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Quarterback moving. Lets it fly. Got his man. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. That should be the final play of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got to...
He's got it on the outside. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's passed.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Throws for the tight end. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick, and guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Longhorns in the hurry-up. The quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Arizona State is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jake Plummer, this might not be over just yet. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Florida State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Robbins. Sends it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. The toss to the right. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
On the ground, it's Durant. Runs through a tackle. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Puts it out of the air. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Wide receiver comes in motion. He'll pull it down. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And because of the success this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Design runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now, and this is a big key for us to win this game.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Robbins. They're working that left side. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
And the Volunteers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to...
Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play.
Tennessee, 0.
They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Base 27 jump.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. The Vols moving quickly to the line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Gets it out quickly. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Vols in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Trying to put together a long, time-consuming drive. This 8th play will be 3rd and 2. To the air, it's Robbins. Moving out of the pocket. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the gun. Breaks into the open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Quickly out to the tight end. Bust through behind his pad. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Running back searching for a hole.
I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Takes the easy one to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on third.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. You got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. It's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football, but there's definitely a school of thought in nowadays where I'm putting up stats and I'm keeping the pedal to the floor.
So here is the Tennessee offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Here's a heat. Quarterback gets the first down and more. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
The Volunteers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Robbins. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Bringing the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Fly trumpet.
Wants to keep it in the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Immediately fires to the middle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air, it's Robbins. He's got him. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Vols want to pick up the tempo. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
And the Vols started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's got him still on his feet. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Trick 9B. Trick 9B.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
They'll try it again from the one on 2nd and goal. Quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. Sneaks it in.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
1st and 10.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Scanning the field, it's Robbins. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Timeout called by the offense. Volunteers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. He wants it all. And he's got it for the late touchdown, but probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
Well, you get the touchdown, but there's not a lot of time left, so you need to get the onside kick. You may have time for one more play, one shot to throw it in the end zone and somehow see if you can steal this game.
Wants to go up top. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The Hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. To the air on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.